Where were you the day Michael Vick got arrested?
At school.
At school?
God, yeah, I remember it. I used to live in that neighborhood. Not in the same neighborhood. It was multiple neighborhoods within a giant neighborhood. And he lived in the rich one. And I think my parents, we lived across the street behind a movie theater in the same area that Mike Vick lived.
Did you ever hear the dogs barking?
No, it was too far away. But it was... God, we only lived in that house for like a year or two, and then they sold it. It didn't grow up. That was like the nicest it was in my childhood, was living 2 or 3 minutes away from Mike Vick. But it was like, that was the richest I think I ever was as a kid, was that. But then for the most part, it was pretty poor.
But now you're rich in experience of living near Mike Vick, too.
I did live, yeah. Well, so, it was like a McMansion section.
A McMansion?
It was a McMansion section of the neighborhood.
So all the houses were like yellow and red?
They were big.
How does a McMansion work?
McMansions is like this.
Go to McDonald's, gonna be a McMansion. And they're just like... I feel like McMansion is what
It's just a Happy Meal that comes in a much bigger box. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The house is a Happy Meal box. And the seats are chicken nuggets. And the bed is a Big Mac. And the blanket is the middle bun.
This house is a Happy Meal box. Like a little...
Oh, I live in a McDonald's house.
Like a little pot holder that says that.
The shower curtain's a McChicken wrapper. You gotta wash your hands. You're like, God damn, it's all barbecue sauce.
So what do you
want hot barbecue sauce? Do you want cold barbecue sauce? What
do you feel like Michael Vick taught you personally?
Yeah.
Not to be
so easily
there's
caught.
A lot of things out of Virginia Tech that have given me trauma. Mike Vick, that Asian guy who shot all those people.
Because everybody thought it was you.
Yeah. I didn't get that a lot growing up.
Yeah. Stop Asian hate.
No, don't.
Except for China.
Yeah. I don't like China, man.
I don't think you can say China, man.
I don't like China, man. I don't like Chinaman. I don't like Chinaman.
I think if you're going to say it, you have to say, I don't like China.
I don't like
I think.
Me no like here, Chinaman.
Whoa.
Nailed it.
Gabe, do you hear this guy?
I don't.
Is this your boy?
I tuned him out.
This is your boy right here. That's your man's. I like your dog. Can we talk about your dog? Since we're talking about Mike Vick, how do you think he would do?
How do I think my dog would fare?
Yeah,
not well.
No.
I think he is a little chubby.
No.
And like he can be nippy, but I don't think he's like mean. Like he can be aggressive, but I don't think he could like.
I think of it from the defensive point of view, though.
Nah.
My man's got no neck. My man has.
That's fair.
No neck. You know what
That's
I'm
fair. How are you going to choke a man out if he doesn't have a neck?
How do you strangle a man with no neck? Your dog is like this, dude.
What do you get the man who's had everything? A dog who has no neck.
Is that why Goldberg and Brock Lesnar were both champions? Because they were no neck motherfuckers?
Yeah, dude, you got a little dog Lesnar back there, dude. That's a cool dog.
Yeah.
Bark Lesnar.
Ooh.
Bark, yeah, Bark.
Fucking podcast over.
Yep. See you later, Mike. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having
We just shoot like 5-minute podcasts.
Yeah, we look for that clip where I make a dog/wrestling related pun, and then we're out. And it usually doesn't take long.
But if we're talking wrestlers with neck injuries, he's more of a Kurt Angle. Let's be honest. And if he was a feline, he'd be Cat Angle.
But he's a dog.
But he's a dog.
Yeah, he is. So who?
Sorry, I thought outside of Schrodinger's box. All right, leave me the fuck alone. Come on. Let's get Schrodinger's box joke. Somebody. Jesus
he
Christ.
He could be a cat. He looks like a cat. He looks more like a cat. He looks like more of a. Now that you mention, he just kind of look more of like a wild cat.
That's
like a minx.
And you adopted that dog too, so you don't even know if it actually is a dog. That could be a. It could just be.
That's fair. Do you have any papers?
No.
No. Yeah, that's just a big cat, dude. That's not even.
God, I'm not gonna make that
That's a
pun.
bobtail, dude. That's a bob. That's just a big.
Well, no tail. It's just a bob.
Yeah.
His tail is shaped like your head.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is your dog when he's happy.
And his asshole is slanted.
This is your dog when he's happy. Look. just like that. That hurt my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hurts his too.
It hurts us too. Just to exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is pain. Yeah, he's missing some of those spine.
Tell me a story, Michael. What's your favorite story to tell?
Okay. So when we were little kids, we used to ask this homeless dude to buy us blunt wraps, and his name was Johnny, and we used to smoke weed in a section of woods behind a Wawa. We call it the Wawa Trail. We would live back there. You know what I mean? We had set up logs. There was a fire pit. We never
Logs.
Yeah, like little logs, like horizontally laid in a circle.
Fuck, dude. But hold on. Remember a Wawa though? I want a turkey gobbler so bad.
I will say this. I lived in, like, just on the outskirts of cities, neighborhoods my whole life. And so, like, it would be the city right there. But there were usually some kind of woods around a lot of the places that I live. And having a place like what you're describing, like just like a wooded area to go and like do your mischief, that kept me from getting caught doing a lot of the illegal shit that I did.
It's important.
Yeah.
Having that covering to do my bad.
Fuck yeah, dude. Mischief in the woods.
That section of the woods where you
we should
start a couple fires back there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if all you've got is city streets to do that shit in, that's how you end up in prison.
Guys, are we planning a fucking camping trip right now? Because I am in on this camping trip.
Yes.
You know, like a lot of core memories are developed there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe somebody got fingered. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was
when he walked out,
a boy.
He was going like this, and everybody was like, "Whoa, that's crazy."
I think you're in the wrong hole.
It smelled like vagina, smelled like poop. Whoa, we're 12.
If her mouth smells like that, she should brush her teeth.
Yeah. But,
And then he was like, I was fingering myself. I don't have a vagina.
We also had a homeless guy who would buy us blunt wraps.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people had that.
And you had the logs in the wood behind the Wawa.
Yeah. And the cool thing is we could summon him. Like he was just always outside. So if you yelled loud enough, and if you did his calling card, if you yelled loud enough, you'd hear him. It was John. It was just his name. You had to go, Johnny.
And then he would just appear, like he would raise up out of the sewage.
You'd have to give it a couple of times. Hold on, you'd have to wait. Give it a second. Hey, Johnny! And from the woods, on a bicycle, and a bent forward, like crumpled up ass trucker hat, you know, he would like roll out of the woods, be like, "Man, foo!" Swear to God, that's how you knew he heard you, because you would go, "Hey, Johnny!" He would be like, "Man, foo!" And then he would materialize, "Man, what y'all want, man?" Then we just start placing an order. And you throw him some cash on top, and Johnny would come back.
With anything you wanted. Yeah. I had a guy who
it was like Uber Eats.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It was like homeless Uber Eats.
Hobo Eats. Yeah. The original. Fucking yeah, for sure.
Crack or dash.
Ooh.
Like something like that.
Uber Streets.
Uber Streets.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Johnny. He was God, I remember one time.
Going postal mates.
Yeah. One time.
That's just when you were raised by a guy who works for the USPS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One time Johnny invited us. We knew he was homeless, but he gave us an update. He told us he had gotten a house.
Oh.
So there's a house next to the Wawa Trail. I ain't seen nobody in that motherfucker for a long time. It was across the street from my bus stop, so I knew.
Was it a house or a tree house?
It was an actual house. Like, this is had an address and everything.
Nice.
He brings us in this house, and the house is just it's like an empty house that's about to be sold. And he was living there. And there was just ice house cans everywhere.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Yeah, man, let me show y'all the master bedroom." We go in the master bedroom. It's just the nastiest mattress you've ever seen on the floor of a master bedroom. And then the kitchen area, ice house cans, everywhere ice house cans. And he's like, "Man, y'all want to see my car? Not only did I get a house, I got the car too." And we're like, "God damn, dude, what is Johnny doing for a living, bro? He's killing it. He's got a crib and a car. We're fucking 12. We don't know."
Yeah, you don't know that he just found a crowbar
Yeah, he takes us into the garage. You know the interior door in the house that leads to the garage.
Uh-huh.
He walks us through the kitchen. We go in there. Yeah, there's my car. It is a pristine white 1969 Ford Mustang just sitting in the garage.
Oh shit!
Like plastics on the seat, sticker in the window. This is 2002, 2003. This is a 69 Mustang.
All right.
Garage barn find looking ass shit. And he's like, yeah, that's my Mustang Sally right there.
Fuck. Did he find the keys?
I don't know.
Oh,
fuck.
I don't think he had the keys. I think he was.
Can
just,
you
I think he
imagine?
was just high on crack, showing us this Mustang and lying to these kids to feel great. You know,
yeah, absolutely.
He's showing off to 12-year-olds
but also
that
maybe
don't do
believing, like maybe he wasn't lying. Maybe in his mind that was his
that
house
could have been
and his
perception.
Mustang.
Yeah, that could
Yeah.
have been
Right,
fucking
yeah.
roasting a rock, and he's like, "Dude, I've made it. Look at my
Look at all this shit. I finally got it all.
at all
I
the
knew
ice.
I could smoke my way to success.
Dude, look at all the ice house.
This one's for you, Dad.
It was amazing.
That hurt. That felt personal as fuck. Maybe I'm.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Maybe I'm just
I had to
a
decline.
little sensitive, you know. But
What did you say? I'm sorry, I wasn't there.
Oh, God.
Repeat it.
Oh. This guy used to be homeless.
Scott used to be homeless.
I lived in a
Guy
motel
used
for
to be
like
a
4
homo.
years.
Sorry.
Okay, you were way more homeless than me. I was like on the streets for 8 months, and then I found somewhere to like crash, and then I just kept finding couches to crash on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we've all kind of been in situations like that.
on the streets, but
Oh,
then
yeah.
I'm in the crib, and then I like got like a busboy job.
Yeah, the extended stay America. Yeah, that saved me many a time. I never lived in it for 4 years straight, but several months at a
I
time.
did live in an in-town suites for about 2 or 3 weeks before I did my first open mic. I was in an in-town suites. My dad bought it for us.
I was living in a motel when I started doing comedy.
Yeah.
It's in a bar that was like in walking distance of the motel.
Yeah. Don't I don't know who you are. But you don't, when I'm here, you don't ever do shit like that. Hey, dude, I'm gonna draw a line in the sand.
Slurp his icy cup at you.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a funny clip.
I see what this
Clip
is.
that. Hey, man. I don't know. That's pretty good.
I know what this is about. I know exactly what's going on here.
What?
You didn't show up last time.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did it right. Oh yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, then it's not personal at all.
No.
Nick's just an asshole.
No. I was thinking about how I've never not had a house.
Oh,
Like, just remind
fuck
myself.
it. Well, I'm
again.
glad you
Oh,
kept
yeah.
that to yourself.
Yeah, that was good. But you should have said that.
Fucking
You should have just said that instead of.
It was a dead space anyway.
yeah. The episode he was on, we were talking about our fucked up lives, and he was like, "Yeah, man, it was tough growing up with like loving parents and."
Oh yeah. My parents loved me, but they were like they didn't love each other.
It's
You know
like
what I'm saying? That's rough.
we act like we think
Yeah.
we're better than Nick because he's better than us. You know what I mean? And that's,
Yes,
and that's not
exactly.
true.
I like
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I love Nick.
I met Nick
And I-
a long time ago.
Value that he has a different perspective like that. And it's really wholesome that when he had that thought that was his reaction. Because that means that he has empathy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or he's just upset that he hasn't killed enough homeless people yet.
He's a good
Play GTA. What's it? Red Dead.
That's how you get it out.
That's
Wait,
all.
wait.
Then that's all he does. Also, he just plays.
I've definitely got pulled over and then come
Dead
home and be like, I'm
homeless.
playing
Yeah,
the
I'm not-
fuck out of GTA tonight.
I'm not killing homeless people, but I will start a homeless fighting league, HFL, ATX.
Are we gonna pay them?
Would you start a homeless encampment?
I would buy a little. I would just buy like an acre or two, and just put a goddamn couple of fire pits in it, and be like, dude, $20 a month, dude.
A farm upstate.
60 homeless people paying
It's
$20 a
terrible.
month.
I hate this.
How bad would that be? Huh?
Huh?
Are you trying to be their leader, or are you just trying to be their landlord?
That's an interesting question.
Because if you're just trying to be their landlord, I'm opposed to this.
No, I'm going to be their leader and their landlord.
If you're trying to be their leader, well, I mean, that goes without saying, obviously.
Yeah. How long did I smoke this
You
joint
can't
for?
not pay your leader
I
rent.
feel like I smoked that joint for a very long time.
You didn't.
I didn't?
No.
Cool.
If you had 60 homeless people living on an acre and you charged them $20 a month, you'd only be making $1,200 to deal with all that shit.
Yeah, that's not.
You have to
that's
be
not
like
enough.
one of them. They're not gonna listen to you. You have to be amongst them. So you have to go like deep undercover as a homeless person.
What if we just do like a... All right, well...
If I went undercover as a homeless guy and just became them and then became their leader and then got them all jobs and like fixed them all.
Should we do that for like a month? Like supersize me, but for...
Super homeless me.
Ooh. This is an interesting angle. I'm interested. Yeah, I like this.
I wonder how many people would watch that. Like, and you're basically holding a mirror up like, look, dude, this is how homeless people live. I hate them.
Well, there wouldn't actually be an audience. It would just be all of us watching each other
Yeah.
Recorded it.
shoot heroin up in the fucking
Oh,
alley.
fuck no, dude. Nah. Holy shit. I couldn't go that deep undercover where I'm shooting up Ron, dude. Hell no.
Well, what are we doing if we're fucking...
Scrub your hair up in some underground boxing league or some shit. Why you gotta be doing Ron, dude? Also, offer Ron as the prize. You know, so many people signing up.
It all feels like exploitation. I think the real way to help society with the defunding of the police and the homeless issue is to deputize the homeless people. They're already very...
Deputize.
Deputize. Deputize.
And if you deputize the homeless, then the police force is by law already defunded.
Right, exactly. There you go.
Just like as a natural...
As a general rule,
What kind of podcast is it?
nature. I'm trying to dictate fucking world policy over and you're giving me shit.
Huh?
Look, they're already on foot patrol all the time.
Okay.
All right,
They already basically sell parking spaces.
right?
Undermaids.
They see.
They have government.
Yeah, they're very ingenuitive.
Yeah.
You should see that. I saw a homeless guy smoke crack out of a chicken bone one time.
You can hollow it out.
That's so impressive.
That's true.
That's
Like
a
drumstick.
No, that's obviously true, Scott. That's not a thing that you make up. That's just a thing that happens. Wow. A fucking chicken bone. That's impressive. Did it work?
Yeah. Tastes like chicken. I wasn't gonna not try it. You know what I mean?
No, it's
It had nothing to do with the crack addiction. It had
because you
everything
knew I
to
was
do
going to
with
ask you if it worked or not, and how else were you going to be able to fucking answer that question?
right. Yeah. Also, when I get to
You were
the
going to trust the crackhead homeless guy smoking
Right.
out of a chicken bone? No. His opinion on things is obviously...
and also like St. Peter's gonna ask me about that. You know what I mean? If I want to get let into the club, I need at least have been honest. And I don't think you can live honestly if you haven't smoked crack out of a chicken bone.
Not if you've had the opportunity, for sure.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. There you go.
Doesn't mean you need to be out there looking for chicken bones.
Right. Yeah. No, I wouldn't.
Kids.
No. Strongly advise against.
Kids.
Yeah.
The kids are only in that camera.
Oh, okay. That's
I'll watch
good.
these two, but
Okay. Yeah. Don't let them watch this one for sure.
yeah.
You ever smoked crack out of a chicken bone?
Kids camera. What?
You ever smoked crack out of a chicken bone?
No, I've never smoked crack. I've touched it. Touched crack.
You like pet it?
You ever like handle it with your fingertips
Right. For sure.
and then
Yeah.
like
Once or
You
twice.
get high.
Yeah, right before I smoke it.
subdermally. It soaks into my fingers, and I think I failed to do because I was up. I touched that shit. Somebody had it in the house. I was like, what the fuck? I touched it, and then it was in.
I don't think it's transdermal. I think that was just like a placebo effect.
No,
Your mind's playing tricks on
Did
you.
you say placebo?
Well, that's when you think that
What
you're
is it?
coming,
What's the word you use?
which you're not. Placebo.
No, the one before that. It means to go into the skin. What is that?
Transdermal.
Yeah. I forget words. I know transdermal.
You know
Another
transdermal.
word.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
I imagine your people invented it.
I
We
was about to say subdermal.
Yep.
I knew it was dermal something.
we support trans on this podcast.
The rednecks is what I mean when I say his people.
My people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, half of my family's from Arkansas. They don't talk to us.
He looks like he's from like a plate like there's a '98 Honda Civic engine block in the front yard of a bamboo hut.
Wow, nice. That's solid.
That's pretty good. Scott.
It's kind of wordy.
Yeah.
It was really wordy.
Very wordy. Yes.
Super wordy. Glad we're not on stage. But we are on public access.
We are.
Maybe.
Scott, you look like you live in the projects of Valhalla.
I like that. That was good.
You're the J of Valhalla, dude.
Yeah.
You just post it up.
Okay, that was good.
Like Jay and
I like
Silent
that.
Bob in the Viking world.
See, now he taught me how to write my joke better by doing that. You look like you grew up in a bamboo hut in West Virginia. How about that?
Yeah, that was pretty chill, actually.
That was better.
Yeah, that's like an Airbnb. Nowadays.
That does actually.
Yeah,
That actually sounds like
chill, like
we were talking about a camping trip earlier. Oh, I was talking about a camping, but
We were all alluding to a camping trip
I'm
at
not
the very
going
least.
camping in Texas without a gun, dog.
Same.
Yeah, there's some creatures about, dude.
that's true.
Creatures.
Yeah.
And you're not talking about the animals,
Well, hold on.
just like the Texans.
There's creatures. There's creatures. That's what it sounds like I should be saying. That, like,
Can you tell that he grew up further south in Virginia than I did?
I have family in Arkansas.
Also, yeah.
Hey, he's from Boston.
Clearly, yeah.
Huh?
You said you had family from Arkansas, and I said, and you're from Boston.
Who's from Boston?
Mason always says he's from Boston because he lived
sorry,
there
wait
for
to
a few
explain.
years. But clearly, if you've heard him speak,
Oh, yeah. Mason
from
always says he's
Arkansas.
from Boston.
I'm from Boston.
Dude, I'm from Boston, dude. I'm like, no, you're not. That's not. You guys want to hear me? He's like, you doing it in Boston? Yeah, I'm doing it right now, dude.
this ain't it.
That's funny though. If he says I'm from Boston and somebody says you're not from Boston, he goes South Boston.
He does that bit.
That's funny.
That's good.
Follow Mason Smith, comedian at High Noon Podcast.
Love Mason. Be a good friend.
Yeah, let's go hang out with Mason.
We'll make fun. I said you look like you live in the projects of Valhalla. That's a pretty good roast for you.
I liked it. Yeah, it was good.
Holy shit.
Yep.
God damn, dude. You guys are just like two versions of the same variant. You guys kind of give off the same vibes.
I feel like version and variant are like
The
same
same,
thing.
the same version of the same variant.
yeah.
two versions of one variant.
Fucking guy. Are you at least good at math?
No.
He's good at driving, so that was.
Scott, do you hate me?
No, why would I hate you, Michael?
Hi, I'm in a different chair than you guys. I just feel, sure.
you feel like there's a spotlight on you now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm speaking to the council of long-haired white guys.
I mean, that part's
the
true.
twins of the council. You guys talk at the same time. Do it. We are twins of the long-haired white guy council. You're the guys I have to talk to at the front or something. It's like I'm on trial or something. You've been accused of being only a half white, half long-haired guy, dude. Oh,
Because Trudy is half white and half long.
yeah, my hair is half as long as you guys, and I'm half as white as you guys. I'm on trial for that. Like,
He's truly yin and yang.
Oh.
Jim Wang.
Fuck yeah,
Two
dude.
dudes, one brain.
So what would you guys do with the homeless guy other than that? What other stories do you have of the homeless guy hanging out in the
Oh, yeah,
woods?
we can.
Did you guys
I can
ever fuck
actually
him?
I can actually wrap it up on what I was going to tell you next.
Yeah, what happened?
One day Johnny just like disappeared, and we.
That happens.
Well,
I've noticed that happens a lot
we heard
around
he was
town.
locked up, and we also heard he banged a midget in the woods.
Fuck yeah.
And
Kids
then he
spread
got
rumors,
locked
but
up
that's a fun one.
subsequently after banging the midget in the woods, like right after he banged that midget. Turns out he
Because it wasn't a midget, it was a kid.
No. It was definitely a midget. I feel like he would have scooped her up on his mountain bike too. Like he easily could have palmed the midget into his arms and took her. Because there was also, aside from the Wawa Trail, there was also like this place where there was just a couch in the woods. You guys remember where the couch in the woods was when you were a kid?
Yes.
Nick, did you guys have that? The couch in the woods?
We had woods, but we were in like in nice woods.
Oh, okay. So we had a couch in the woods. When there were people who
It was like
outside,
candle lit and there was a piano playing.
basically everyone in this country who's
He's like, you mean the nature preserve?
Oh, you mean Father's quail hunting spot? Yes, I've been there quite a bit. It's dove season.
I used to. He used to bring a slingshot with him. His dad would have his dad would have a musket. And he was hunting quail.
Hell yeah.
It's 1997.
Yeah.
They're using that shit though.
And then he shot Dick Cheney in the face. Thank you, Nick.
My impression of Dick Cheney.
And that's how I know. That's how I know Nick is a patriot.
Yeah.
Is Dick Cheney still alive?
Well, yeah, he didn't get shot in the face, but yeah.
Right, yeah. He shot him in the
shot.
face. That's true. Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. Show me not Dick Cheney.
Well, I'll show you my Dick Cheney.
So,
Ooh.
DJ banged a midget.
Dick Cheney's 82 years old and he's still alive.
Do you think that was the first name for
Did you?
Do
Sorry,
you think
did I miss that? He said he banged a midget?
No,
the homeless guy?
Johnny banged a midget. Not me.
Oh, got it. Was it really a midget or one of your cousins?
No.
I asked if it was really a kid.
Oh.
How'd you miss that? Where have you been? What are you doing with this Q-tip?
I'm turning it into a poker so I can pack that fucking cone. Why are you being mean to me?
I'm not being mean.
On my own podcast in your own house.
Was I being mean?
Counsel, please. Let us come together. Counsel. Yeah.
You are sentenced to 24 hours of the Grateful Dead. The long-haired counsel has spoken.
Driving my train. Walked in a chair listening to Casey Jones.
And I have your eyes peeled open watching Woodstock highlights.
They're not they're just dripping acid in their eyes.
Yeah.
They're not giving you eye drops. They're just dosing your eyes, dude.
Yeah.
Driving my train, make it stop. I did that on William's podcast already. We already did a Clockwork Orange. I've already done the Clockwork Orange bit on another podcast.
Hey, watch the William podcast.
Yeah, the William Montgomery show has me doing the same joke. Oopsie.
I thought that was just his impression of like an Anglo-Saxon.
Anglo-Saxon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, this is you guys right now.
Yeah.
The council. The mighty
Hey, he's mocking us.
The mighty council.
That's not
Long-haired white dude.
Hey. Stop Asian hating.
Yeah. See, this is why. Oh, fuck. You're slowly turning into the guy that sells mogwai at the little shop underneath the store.
Michael Bald. I'm going straight into shopkeeper. You shouldn't buy anything.
Dude, just fucking double down and shave your head.
Here's a Rubik's
I know it's
Cube.
easy for us to say.
This Rubik's Cube, it definitely won't give your grandma cancer. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But it's not magic. It's just lead paint.
Yeah, no, it's just
The toys are covered. Yeah, the toys were made at Chinese
he
factories.
spit
That's
some
why they're
cancer in it, and now
Yeah. Next thing you know, he's selling me a bat. And then
It's ball in a cup, but when you make it in the cup, your dog dies. It's cursed items. Chinese guy selling cursed items. That's gonna be my vibe when I go bald. It's funny. Do you ever think like that guy who sold Mogwai ever had black dudes come in and be like, "You buy now"? She thinks black guys are being kicked out of the store.
hell no, I don't want to buy no monkey paw. What the fuck? Did you hear what he said to me? Monkey paw?
Talking about some rabbit's foot. Ain't nobody eats a rabbit's foot. No, it's for good luck. It's he's selling dog burgers in there.
he was selling dog burgers,
Oh,
though,
yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah.
And they were good.
That's a
The dog burgers are delicious.
Yeah, I like that. I'm
Now you know why my dog's so fat.
They were very well seasoned.
bro. I might start taking that to Mike's. The Asian. I'm gonna look like that. Asian.
Ooh. Should I eat my dog when he dies like a Native American or some shit? You know what I mean? To
How's that
gain his
house
powers like a hunter?
Wait a minute. Have you been eating Native Americans?
Man. I stopped after they changed it to Washington football team.
Oh, that's fair.
They're changing it back.
And now
I
I've been
hope.
eating football teams.
what?
It's been...
They're changing it back.
They're changing it back to you know what.
Washington. Oh.
The first time.
That's funny, but like they can't say it.
The Washington
Skin Reds. I don't think that's any better. I don't think it.
Burns.
The Washington Indian rug
The
burn.
Washington rug burn.
The Washington rug burns.
Washington rug burns would be.
That's solid. I like that.
You know what they should call them? The Capitol Police.
Ooh.
Oh.
The Capitol Police are just opening the doors wide up. This defense is in shambles.
Yeah, well, the Cowboys have been doing it for years. Dallas Gabe.
This is fun.
You could call them the smallpox blankets. That would be.
Okay, we could do that.
Yeah.
Chief Ballfoot.
I don't think that's in good taste.
Ballfoot, ouch.
Right?
That's
you gotta wear
He's
those.
the chief that just rocks people.
You gotta wear those shape up shoes.
Yeah,
Skechers.
and his tribe doesn't believe in shoes,
No,
so it's a real issue.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna have to kick somebody in the nuts wearing some Skechers.
Because he wears them anyway. He just is excommunicated from his own tribe.
Right. And now he's homeless.
And he's the guy you used to get to buy you blunts. It all comes
Full
back.
tapestry
It all comes
circle.
back.
Midgets.
So did you see him bang a midget?
Nope, that was the word. That was a charge. He got charged with it.
Charged with it?
Trying to
know what
think.
it was?
I don't think it was a midget.
Okay, now we're back to it was a child. It was a child then.
He was charged. Well,
Don't say that.
It's not illegal to have sex with a
There's a
midget.
different way to say it. Maybe we can figure
I
something.
mean, there are terms in which fucking a midget would be illegal, like the ones he did, is what I'm trying to say.
Right? Yeah.
He raped a midget, dog.
Oh, he raped a midget.
Yeah, that's why he was in jail. It's not like you fuck a midget and then the cops show up. It's not like there's a loving couple where it's a
Well, that's what you were saying.
No, I was saying he banged a midget in the woods and then he was locked up, and I was trying to insinuate that he raped her, but you didn't understand. So
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
the midget.
You said that word a lot.
Well, yeah, we can't say that word.
I don't
We
want to
shouldn't
say
have said that word.
That one felt like you wanted to say.
Good luck, Nick.
Sorry,
Oh,
Nick.
do we cut that out?
You can't say that on YouTube. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, I tried to dance around it, but the council didn't understand the
Yeah.
message that was being.
He non-consensual to.
Yeah, he non-consensual to midget.
Yeah.
There you go. You
Go.
call that out.
The midget was unwilling, but Johnny was willing.
Johnny was determined.
Midgets
He-
are
and
susceptible.
He paid for his bad deeds.
See-
He went to jail, so don't do that.
Yeah, don't do it. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not healthy. He's also a crack addict on a mountain bike who bought kids tobacco products. So, I mean, he's a saint. You know, there was not. You have to love the good.
Right, exactly.
You
it's
can't. You know what
it's
I'm saying?
again,
There's
it's
the good in
the
people, there's the
it's
bad
the
in
Jim and the Wang. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
the
half Jim, half Wayne.
you gotta have both.
Is that a Jimmy O? Yeah, Wang.
No.
It's a yin yang, but
It's a
he
yin
looks
yang
like
pun, but I'm
okay.
half white
he
and
looks
half
like
Asian.
redneck.
Jimmy. Okay.
Half Jim, half Wayne.
yeah,
Gotcha.
instead of yin yang.
Dick and dong.
Also a great baseball player in Okinawa.
He was. Jim Yang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okinawa. Have you been there?
Yeah.
Who had? Who
Yeah.
Who hasn't? A lot of people don't even know what it is.
What is it?
There you go.
Do you have military
It's a
family?
theme park
It's the Ryukyu Islands in Japan.
in Mongolia.
It's a mountain in Mongolia. We have to climb there when I turn 8 and my family based on all this.
Yeah, it's like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
And when you get to the top, they circumcise
If you
you.
don't, yeah, if you don't come back, then you're not a
If you're a
man.
member of the long-haired white guy council, you will know these things.
Right.
Pretty sure Nick is the imposter.
Clearly,
It's a wig.
Yep.
yeah,
What if I pulled this off and it was all a wig too?
that would be fucking amazing.
I've just
Yes.
been wearing a wig for
Yeah.
the last 9 months. Time you've known me, 10 months. I'm like at work.
That's fucking dedication.
Fucking adjusting the wig and fucking. I gotta keep up this.
Everybody thinks you've got a coke habit because you keep going to the bathroom to fix your fucking wig.
Peel these off. I can peel everything. Everything's hairless. Everything comes off like Velcro. You caught me, folks.
And then
I
he wipes
knew
the
it.
makeup away, and there's a Fu Manchu. That's the only thing that's written.
Yeah.
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 I don't know if you can say that.
Then the skin starts coming off and the brains start leaking out. I'm just kidding.
We'll find out. Nick will find out. It's his job. He's our lawyer. He's our.
Yeah,
You wear a lot of hats over there, Nick.
I do.
Expert quail hunter.
Yeah, I like the one you have on today.
Thank you. I think you said it was Bigfoot, but it's a Block Island. Wasn't it you that said it looked like Bigfoot?
It does look like Bigfoot.
Yeah, Block Island, baby.
Block Island, baby.
Rhode Island, Block Island. Sail
So what happened with you and you're homeless?
Yeah.
I like the teenage and childhood stories. But maybe I'll save my
Woods?
I'll save my homeless people show me their houses stories for
Okay.
for a different time. I do have some homeless people show me houses stories. Those are good times. Well, those are times.
It's crazy. Like, how'd y'all get in this motherfucker, dude? Like, this is a clean, nice house. Like, they're squatting in this.
Yeah, they're just squatting there.
You're invited to a squatting residence. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
squatting and comfortable enough to like invite people over.
10 years old. I should start asking audiences deep-rooted personal questions based off shit I've been through. Like, did you guys ever, when you were a kid, did a homeless person ever show you a house that wasn't theirs? Like, if I say that and people start laughing, I'm like, why did that happen to us, dude? Like, you're just like, why did, when we were 10, we went to go hang out with a homeless guy in a house that wasn't his? He didn't do anything to us. He just showed us around like it was his house. Did that? You know what I mean? Like, that's funny.
It is funny.
Because that happened to you too as a kid?
Not as a kid.
Oh, teenager?
No. I definitely explored some abandoned buildings as a kid.
Oh.
My hanging out with homeless people is more recent. That's why I'm going to save it for a later date.
Oh.
Statute of limitations and all. Even though I could have just said statute of limitations like we usually do. Actually, I've never done anything illegal past the point of statute of limitations for any of those things.
Homeless people. How do they get houses that aren't theirs?
Fucking break in.
Confidence.
Yeah.
Persistence.
Yeah,
There's a
exactly.
lawnmower. There's a lawnmower in the garage. He's mowing the lawn and shit. He's watering it. He was like doing homeowner shit.
The phrase "walk in like you own the place." It's
Ooh,
quite
yep.
There's a guy who got his house like that. He fucking just lived in a house for like a year or 2 years, and he was able to buy it for like $50,000 from the government because he'd been squatting there for so long or some shit.
Wow.
Squatters' rights.
Yeah,
And so that's just like you. Like, you didn't catch me.
his squatting like overrided the ownership of the house. I don't
That's
understand
crazy.
how there's like some kind of weird ass legal.
They've been making
laws
some
that
weird laws in California like that recently too.
He found like a
Just
weird law.
Not exactly squatters' right laws, but yeah. Where it's like, how does that
Stoney or
work?
some kind of. It's like a hack, honestly.
Seeing some weird plays in the NFL and the NCAA this week too. That should be penalties, guys. All right, that's all I'm trying to say. All right, let's be.
It's time for Scott's Conspiracy Corner.
So what it is football players are CIA crisis actors, right? And a lot of this is rigged for Vegas and television ratings and advertisements and big
It's
pharma.
all about Wall Street and its converse relationship
With
with
Converse.
the industrial war machine.
Dude, yeah, I've got some pretty fucking weird stories. I don't know how fun they are. But when I was a kid, we had someone that would like buy. First of all, as I got older, it became my dad. My dad was the guy who would like buy us cigarettes and alcohol and shit like that. He wasn't homeless, but he didn't own a home either. I don't know if that counts. But we had a nice little racket going. There was a delivery driver, like the local pizza joint, right? Who he would like, sometimes my dad would order pizza, he would ask this guy to pick him up some Sparks. You fucking remember Sparks? There's like when Juice and Four Loko and all that shit came out.
Oh my god, yeah. That was like the off-brand Four Loko. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Sparks, and it came in like a gray can with red letters.
Right, it was like silver and orange or something like that. Silver and red.
It looked like I would be old enough to drink it. I remember looking at the can and being like, "Yeah, this is for kids." Right?
Exactly. Yes.
Oh,
which,
dude, yeah.
to be honest, yeah, that's who they were. That's who they were making it for.
That's
Yes.
what they marketed it to children. And
Yep, and that's who drank the shit out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we stole the fuck out of that stuff because it
Yeah.
was delicious and it looked
Yeah.
cool. And my dad drank it. I learned from watching you. Right? Man, this fucking 40-something-year-old guy living at his parents' house, pretty cool.
I think he's got it all figured out.
He's got it figured out. I think I should drink Sparks at 7 o'clock in the morning too every day. That's what I'll do. Listen to classic rock. Oh, but my dad would fucking pay the delivery driver like an extra tip if he would stop at the Fast Mart at the little, because there's a little shopping center where the pizza place and the Food Lion and Fast Mart were. So he would stop there and like pick up cigarettes and booze and stuff like that for my dad. And I figured that out. So my buddies and I started doing that. We like asked him one time when we got pizza delivered to my friend's house. And that became a racket of ours for a while. And my friend's dad was like whacked out on this, years long Coke drinking binge, and owned like a really nice business, had this really nice house, and we were just there unattended all the time. And so they would like use his credit card to fucking order pizza and then tip the delivery driver, and we would get cigarettes and booze and all sorts of shit through the delivery driver. It was fucking great, dude. That was the shit as a kid. We had little spots in the woods too, you know, where we would go drink booze. I used to steal Sparks and go in the woods behind
the teenage neighborhood, or like beyond the neighborhood, hidden like cul-de-sac that they didn't finish or something like that, where it's just like the spot that teenagers find to go fuck around and, you know, make out or do drugs or drink or smoke cigarettes or whatever the thing is you're doing. Those spots are so fucking iconic.
Dude, yeah. Oh my gosh, some of my coolest memories. I next time I go back to my hometown, I want to go visit some of those spots, because there's some of them are just like off. There was like a cross country trail behind the high school, and like way off the trail by this little retention pond in between like the property that the school owned. And it really was, it was just like county property, right? That was just like unkept woods that was like a cross country trail, and then like a creek, retention pond, and like another school, another elementary school. And we had this fucking spot back in the woods where we had found like an abandoned car seat, like the big back seat in a 4Runner or something, and we had that out there in the woods. And we had taken tarps and fucking like put them up and like spray painted them and like tied up dead trees to it and shit. So like it was like a blind back there. It was almost like so you couldn't see it from the trail, even though it was a pretty nice distance from the trail. Like you wouldn't be able to see us, you know what I mean? Like just running by. And it didn't look out of fucking place either. God, we had so much fun back there, dude. So many fucking memories. So much late night hooligan bullshit.
All fuckery. Like nothing but
God,
fuckery
the
going on back
fuckery,
there.
dude.
Yes.
I do kind of miss like that feeling of, you know, being a kid and being a teenager and having like go sneak in the woods to do shit, you know?
Yeah, the freedom of not having to worry about like the consequences of anything. You're just discovering and like fucking around and having fun. Yeah, that's a special, I mean, that's why we all have fond memories of those times, because that's a special period in life that isn't really repeatable.
Yeah.
Tia over here. Yeah.
You're such a beautiful soul.
Yeah,
Fucking cocksucker, I love you.
I smoked weed on Adderall. God, we used to smoke like 6 blunts after school, and I would still be on Adderall from the school day. I would just be getting fucking cross, speedballing the Adderall and the weed.
Man.
Smoking mids on Adderall, just fucking.
Oh my God, smoking mids on Adderall.
Also, just like
Smoking Pep Spice on Adderall.
smoking mids.
Smoking mids.
Like, do you remember when that was a
Fat
thing?
nugs full of seeds. So many seeds. The amount
All
of seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoking mids. Remember being a kid smoking mids, dude?
Yeah.
Damn.
And having to try to.
Stringy weed. The shit that was just like.
Like wispy.
Yeah. And you're like, is this all leaves? I don't know.
Yeah.
You sold me. What is this called? Yeah, it's called baby's breath.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? It's all stringy and bulby. It's like, yeah, like baby breath.
And having to fucking. Yeah, dude. God, Jesus Christ.
God, weed sucked back then.
We did suck back then.
And if you.
And you liked it.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
You're
It
gonna
was.
smoke
It was.
this weed and you're gonna fucking play
Yeah.
Call of Duty 4.
And then you're going to smoke the resin when you run out of this weed.
You're gonna get You're gonna get too high on this weed, and somebody's gonna get a chopper gunner, and you're gonna be laying on the floor of the living room going, I can't listen to this anymore. That literally is fucking.
Yeah.
So many memories of just.
You're like, I'm living that memory right now.
In it, yeah, I'm like having that fucking like my heart's racing just thinking about fucking being too high as a kid. Oh god, dude, your parents. You didn't want your parents to catch you too high. Like you're geeking out. Like you've never been this high
Speaking
before
of
in your
too
life,
high.
and you come home and your parents, you're trying to dodge them. What's that?
That is the Zenko.
You want to pack it? I feel like you need to teach me how to repack it. We'll do that on a different day. But I packed a little too fat one time, and your attitude got fucking fat too.
Hey, we talked
rocks in that thing.
We talked about it after that.
Good question.
So yes, it's got a flower attachment. You would just put them in that.
Yeah, it looked like a diffuser.
That's an excellent question.
Yeah, I was curious because it's like you wouldn't put that what's it, moon rock in a grinder, right? That would like gum it up probably. I was thinking about
Yeah, moon rock you really just have to kind of tear up by hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love them though.
They're interesting.
I used to make homemade moon rocks I would make them with shit like that.
Yeah.
Instead of oil, and so they were like deadly.
Fuck yeah.
So anyway, your homeless woods experience. No homeless, just woods.
Kids. Childhood wood fortune.
Kids in the fucking woods. We were down there one night, and I was having this big party, birthday party with all my friends, and we're down there having a good time. And once again, my birthday's in November too. So it's like the middle of November around Thanksgiving. Everybody's on, a break, fall break or whatever. And we're down in the woods getting fucked up. And then we hear from the top of the hill a big megaphone. Ooh. Spotsylvania Sheriff's Department, stay right where you are. We're like, fuck. So we all just fucking scatter, dude.
Yeah, scramble.
Fucking scramble, man. Like I said, there's a creek back there. So I'm like, what I do is I run down the creek. Right? I just run down the side of the creek. And then after a little while, I'm like, they might have dogs with them. So I'm fucking a teenager and an idiot, right? So I jump in the water, in the creek, and run down the creek a little ways in the water in fucking November. Drunk as shit. Just sprinting through water up to my fucking...
Running from non-existent dogs.
Did you think it would mask your scent?
Right, yeah, that was the idea. Is the water would mask my scent. So I'm I ran this way, I jumped in the water, and then I ran through the water for a little ways to mask my scent, and then came out on the other side because I jumped in this side, went down, and then jumped out this side, and was running up to my friend's house up at the cul-de-sac, because these woods also connected to the neighborhood that was between my street that I lived on and the elementary school and fucking high school. So I was trying to run to get back to my friend's house, and I get back there and I'm freaked out. I'm fucking calling everybody and nobody's answering. And finally my friends show back up, and my buddy Josh Robertson, who's one of my childhood friends, I was one of his first friends when he moved to Virginia from Pittsburgh, had fucking a megaphone and came to the top of the hill.
Fuck yeah.
It's possible.
A megaphone in the hands of youth is that's a weapon. That's how mischief fucking happens. Yeah.
Slurs.
Yeah, let's do some slurs. Dude. Hey, look, I'm not.
People.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all you're doing. Yes, that's absolutely all you're doing. Yes.
Hitting the alarm to get someone's attention first, changing it to the mic,
in somebody's face. Yep.
Chinese.
China, man.
It's just somebody that really doesn't like the CCP. They're just Well, apparently other people, not
Go to
just those
6th
easy.
Street with a megaphone and just say Chinese people until the cops come. Just keep saying it. Everybody else has a megaphone. Why can't I come to 6th Street with my own megaphone?
Depending on the night on 6th Street, I don't know that they would come.
Yeah. I don't think they would care very much. They allow a lot of
Especially if you had
a lot of silliness go
and
down.
then somebody with a phone in front of you, you do that for
By
as
the
long as you
cops.
want.
Yeah. Stand in front of the triangle of cops in one of the alleys and get a video of you going, Chinese people! And all the cops are behind with their arms crossed just to have that in shot.
All
If
right.
they're not going to do anything.
We've been looking for new marketing ideas, Scott.
Yeah, if they're not going to do anything, then you should take advantage, use the cops as props.
This guy, he's got ideas
You just get cops in the shot.
for
It's
viral
always
videos.
fun.
Ooh, or what if you shouted, China is invading! China is invading! Act accordingly. Shoot to kill.
What if they were though?
What
So
if
like
you-
imagine it was just like a few months from now.
yeah, you don't wanna be the boy who cried Chinese are invading.
Would you be like, wait, well, what do they do if the country is getting attacked by a foreign thing? We have foreign invaders. America's getting attacked on the ground. Does that shit like break the news and like, hey, everybody go home, dude?
Look, probably by location.
They've boarded Florida. They're like we have forces hitting California, forces hitting the East Coast, coming up in the bottom of the Gulf. Like,
Well, if they're coming
What if
from the
somebody
Gulf, then we have to
orchestrated-
do something. But yeah.
That's not good.
yeah, they just and then
Hey,
I
man.
mean,
you're out partying and you get the notification on your phone. You going home?
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
that's the thing. That's the weirdest part about modern war is like
It's not gonna be that.
most of life
think about
continues to
think about how
happen.
Ukraine has really affected the rest of the world. You know, there's a fucking real war happening, and like,
Our president went over there
Yeah.
during a war. Like that's the way that war is now. That like dignitaries can just show up and have a
Yeah.
conversation, and you can be like, "Well, it's happening over there." It's not
Well,
like,
yeah. Yeah. It's not clean. But yes.
oh yeah.
You can just go to Ukraine.
But yeah, if America got
The war in Ukraine is
the other
clean.
thing is, I don't think America would be invaded before like nukes were dropped.
Oh yeah.
I think that would be what happened
Yeah.
before any force, because there's no reason to invade America unless you've already broken it, because you're not going to win. If you start with a land invasion in America, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
Like our people
Well,
have more guns than most militaries.
Yeah, that's kind of like the beauty of the Second Amendment is if we take away the guns, the people. I mean, dude, now you're just solely relying on the governments for your protection.
Yeah, and they are picking fights all the time. I would much rather have guns so that we can fight the wars they're starting. You know?
And if they try to come to your house or whatever.
Yeah.
That's crazy how people just get in standoffs with the police and then the police just leave. Like, yo, you weren't supposed to be here. And I'm holding y'all at gunpoint till you leave.
Yeah.
Like, that shit happens in this country. That's sick. Like, yo, I didn't request you to be here. Nothing illegal is happening here. Get off my property.
It doesn't happen everywhere.
No.
But that does happen.
Not in Ruby Ridge or Waco, but it happens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wake
Yeah.
up. Texas. I think about that sometimes. It's crazy.
Want to take a day trip?
Go to the... Is the house still there?
So there's now a chapel built where it used to be, but everything burned down.
Oh.
There's the
I
pool,
didn't know that part.
like because it was concrete,
Oh, yeah.
and then the bomb shelter that they built are the only structures that are still there from the original.
That's crazy.
But that organization still exists, and they still own the land, so like they're still there.
What?
Yeah.
They just had to kill that dude.
They continued, yeah. So they continued, and some people survived.
Did you hit it?
No, I'm not hitting that.
You're not hitting
Some
it?
people survived the fire, but then also there were other people that were part of that cult that weren't on that land. Like there were different sects of that different cult.
Yeah.
They had different sects.
Different sex in the cult.
We call it kinks now, but back then it was just different sects.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get I don't know, maybe, but if we were getting invaded, do you think people would go home? Like when they get the notification.
I think people are gonna prematurely freak out.
Yeah, the thing is,
Widespread
big
panic.
cities is what's going to get hit by any kind of bombing, right?
But I think the way people are going to react towards each other, you know?
The paranoia
How
toward
big the threat is. If we're talking nuclear, I mean, like, you
Yeah.
gotta realize nothing's... sit and enjoy it. Strange love style, you know? Learn to love it, baby. Good run.
Sick reference.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. It's hard to tell because the problem is all of like anything that pretty much any modern military has built in the last 80 years is untested. Outside of like, you know, internal testing. You know what I'm saying? Like there hasn't been a fully way, you know,
What do you? What
like
about
land war? Like we don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't do that. We send drones and do drone strikes now.
Yeah.
So like an actual war that required our entire military to fight somebody else's entire military. Who knows how that would really go? Like we like to think because like America won the last big war, but that doesn't mean shit. Like,
Yeah.
but we don't know if our new shit is even as good in comparison. You know what I'm saying? Because it hasn't been tested.
When you start thinking about America and this possibly happening, you kind of start loving it more. Because now
Oh,
we're talking
yeah.
about it, and I'm like, dude, I'm so grateful to live in this country.
straight up?
Yeah, the idea of it going away is absolutely
That starts freaking me out.
yeah,
The day
for
all
sure.
this shit falls apart, like economies
Yeah.
fall apart, wars are starting,
Yep.
and it's just nuclear detonation across the globe, and everyone's dying because we're just fucking like purging ourselves with war.
And when that happens, you'll be here listening to the Stoney Baloney podcast. Your soundtrack to the apocalypse.
Yep.
That's the soundtrack. You saying the soundtrack of the apocalypse?
Yeah.
Just
This
us
podcast
guys.
should be played at loud volumes, preferably in a residential area.
Yeah.
Seek shelter now.
I think our new intro is going to be "Welcome to the Stoney Baloney podcast," and then just Michael.
That's pretty sweet. I like that.
I do like that.
Thanks for getting me high.
Yeah. Oh man, we love you so much.
Thanks for getting me high.
Sorry I didn't have any caffeine today.
Oh, you're good. I should have had some.
It's okay.
Am
Gabe.
I tired? I seem kind of tired, huh?
Your eyes are always tight like that, though. Gabe,
my eyes are always looking very tired. Yeah, I always look tired.
No, we were stoned at Creek, like, what was it, last Sunday? And you looked tired then. You were, like, tired. But you don't look tired tonight. You just look like you're, like, you know, feeling a little weird, a little funky because you haven't had your caffeine, man. It happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When I don't smoke weed, I get like that, you know, like a little antsy, a little fucking, you know what I mean?
I'm fucking tired without it. Well, it's also the weed. Weed makes me quite tired. Makes me
It was
sleepy.
probably that brownie.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, did you forget?
Surprise!
Yeah.
The brownie.
Yeah, brownie.
So you get a real smile on your face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that about certain like edibles that are homemade.
That's my
like,
favorite about
I feel
it.
like if you take like I don't know baggy like stuff like that's candy pre-made, you kind of you expect it, but it's like oh this was like an unexpected dish.
Yeah, it's fun. That's why I like making them, but also and all the other thing is with homemade, you don't know what the
Yeah.
dosage is.
Which way did
exactly?
which
like
way did the oil
I get
lean?
I get it pretty close, but yeah, you don't really know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I used to make them much more randomly, and that was fun because you would have a batch where you're like, this one might be 15 milligrams or 500.
Yeah.
Yeah, just there's one dinger in the batch.
Ah,
There's a
that was the
mystery-
best.
there's a
Yeah.
mystery brownie in that.
Yeah,
whole
the little
fucking
sneaky
squares.
one.
Oh yeah, that whole bundle of brownies. There's one that will just kill you.
Yeah,
Like one of
yeah.
these will just turn you off for the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was always the one I ate before work. Like, the last two were little guys. Yeah.
Classic.
Uh-huh.
The showing up way too high.
Yeah, like gripping onto your fucking chair. Like,
That's a classic move.
So many times.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Just too high to be at
Yeah.
work by accident.
Yeah, I ate two before any of y'all even got here. And then I ate another one with y'all, so
nice.
Feeling
Very
pretty
nice.
honest right now. Ask me anything. No. What's your fucking
Yeah.
mischief in the woods story? So, Michael, before Gabe starts his story, the point of the podcast is, well, we don't. Point of the podcast didn't happen today because we just kind of did the stories on the fly.
Yeah.
Usually, we have you pick the stories and then we tell a true story and a fake story. One of us could be telling the truth. One of us could be lying. We both could be telling the truth. We both could be lying. But that's not happening today, so I don't know why I try to do the introduction. So we're all telling the truth today. A little truth time? We doing a little truth time?
You don't know. I might be lying.
He might be lying. I told the truth. So you have to guess with Gabe at the end.
Or did he? Maybe this is a ruse that Scott does to lure you into thinking that he's the one telling the truth.
Yeah, the twins, when you have to figure out which one of them's lying.
But then you're like, oh, right, they're twins, they're demons, they're both lying.
You said what?
The long hair committee has spoken. If you don't listen, it's your fault.
The council.
Tell a story, buddy. Yeah, the council got downgraded to a committee real fast, didn't it?
It sure did. So I had a lot of like really, really like pivotal moments happen in the woods behind one of the houses that I lived in. And we didn't have a homeless guy that would get us cigarettes and alcohol. But we had a guy who just like lived in the neighborhood, and he was like, I don't know, he had to have been in his like late 40s, early 50s, and just like wasn't like fully crazy, but was obviously like, there was a reason that like his dad had died, I think maybe when he was young, and his mom inherited the house, and he just like lived with his mom forever, basically, right? So she was older, but he was, again, he had to be in his late 40s, early 50s. But he just lived in that house off of mom and didn't like have a job or really do anything, right?
So in his mind, y'all are his boys.
Oh, for sure. We're all equals at this point. And I was a little older. I was probably like 14, 15 when we met him and started getting like that type of shit from him. But yeah, he was, and also he would always like want to hang out. Like he would start talking and like tell a long story when he would come back with the shit and we would give him the money because he wanted to hang out. But obviously that was the last thing we wanted to do. We just wanted to go back into the woods and get fucked up. But that was also how he made money. I don't think he did anything else to make money. He just like ran errands for underage kids and got them access to things they shouldn't
So
have
he's
had.
like the cool pedophile.
He wasn't. I don't think he was fucking anybody.
He was like the alternate universe where it's like, yeah, he's not going to touch it. He's just going to help you get drunk.
I'm trying to remember
nice
if there was
cool guy.
anybody who used to like stay after class. I don't think so. He was also like, I remember when I was back in the woods one time, there was like clearly somebody had built like a tree fort or something a long time ago, and it had all like broken down, and we were fucking around on it, and I stepped on a nail. Ouch. And it was a rusty nail, and I was freaking out. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get tetanus. Yeah. And he was like, no, you'll be fine. Just clean it out with this. And he had a bottle of vodka, and he just fucking
Fuck yeah, dude.
cleaned out my foot. And then I was just like, Greg said I was fine. I'm good to go. And I never told my parents or went to the doctor. So like, I probably have tetanus to this day.
You've never gone to a tetanus shot?
Well, no, yeah, of course I did when I was younger, but I don't remember like the time. You know what I'm saying? They're only good for so long. And also, you're supposed to get another one after you like
Get reading.
Yeah, if it's possible you were infected, you're supposed to get another one, but I didn't fucking do that. So anyway, so he was just like around, you know what I'm saying? He was just like one of those guys who was always around. And we would do sometimes we wouldn't have money, and we would just like do errands for him. Like we would mow his mom's fucking lawn for him because he was supposed to do that shit, and then he would go and get us fucking beer or shit. But he got us fireworks one time.
Yes.
What was his name?
Greg? I think it was Greg. Greg or George, something like that. Something with the G. So you couldn't get fireworks in Georgia. So he had to go to Alabama, I think, which was only like an hour and a half drive or something like that. But for that one, he was like, I'm going to make you guys fucking earn this shit, right? So he fucked around for like a couple of hours and made like what's the word? Not an obstacle course, but like a fucking...
Scavenger hunt?
Scavenger hunt for us. And just like through the woods. So the way the woods were set up...
God, the story sounds so creepy, man. You sure this guy wasn't a fucking Zodiac killer? It sounds like the BTK. Like, what's happening?
So the way the woods were set up, it was like... There was neighborhood that went like... The road that I lived on dead-ended into this other road that went this way. And then at the other end of the road, it went this way. So the woods were like all behind that. And then there was like a giant fairground over here. And then there was another, there was probably like, I don't know, probably a square half mile of woods. And then on the non-fairground side, there was a highway, but there were big, tunnel, the water tunnels, whatever, the drain pipes that went underneath. And like, I mean, there was one kid who was older than us, who was like 17 or 18, and he was over 6 foot tall, and I think he barely had to like crouch down. So they were big fucking, oh my God.
Good catch.
They were big tunnels. Do you want this? Okay. So
Nice, fuck, dude.
good. Excellent. Perfect. So you could cross the highway through the drainage pipes, and then the woods went on forever, right? So we were in the spot, his house like backed up to the side street of the woods, and then my house was on this street, but like kind of towards the end, right? So we found the first couple of things, and it was just like stupid shit. And he was literally just like, I'm sure he just knew we couldn't afford to pay him the equivalent of like gas money to drive to Alabama and back. He knew we could pay for the fireworks. So he was just like, I'm going to fucking just fuck with you guys basically and make you run around and do this shit. And it was just silly shit. I don't even remember most of it, right? But one of the things was find this fucking pocket watch or something like that. And he was like, it's just on the other side of the drainage pipe. Well, he was talking about the drainage pipe that went under the road that he lived off of, which was just like a smaller drainage pipe, and it just went to more woods like behind somebody's house, and then the fairgrounds was right there. So it was, like small area, right? But we thought he meant the other side. So we're going through the woods, and we're kind of going through a part that we had never gone through before, because I had gotten to that point before, but I'd never gone beyond it. And it was me and two of my buddies. And we get to a top. This is one of 2 times that I've had this happen. But we're fucking, there's like a big log, and we're just like kind of fucking around with it. And yellow jackets start coming out from underneath it. I've been swarmed by yellow jackets 2 separate times, right? The other time was I was pushing a mower and I got stuck in it.
Are you allergic?
I couldn't possibly be, because I got stung. One of those times I got stung more than 50 times, and this time we got down to the water, which doesn't work as well as you were taught as a kid if the water's only ankle deep. You got to get underwater for it to stop bees, just for the record. It probably hides the smell from the dogs. But you got to actually like submerge. So we just like ran, and parts of that creek were deep enough that you could submerge, but where the bees were not. So they just ended up running like up the hill, and I ran down the water, and they ended up fucking off. But we both got stung or all of us got stung probably 5 or 6 times. So we get to now we're all like fucking pissed, but we know fireworks are coming, right? And we're 15, and it's illegal, so it's already fun, mischievous shit that we're doing. But also, what else are we gonna do? Fucking wait. So we're looking around the entrance on this side for the pocket watch, and one of the guys gives up. He's like, it's probably like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 o'clock, and it's like probably around this time of the year, September, so it's like starting to get like dark sooner. And he's like, I gotta get home. Like, it's gonna be dark. And the other buddy was... The other buddy...
Bro, I gotta get tacos after this.
Was my friend who was just staying at my house, right? So we were both just like out there, and I lived in those fucking woods. Like, my parents would never check on me, especially at that age. And I had 5 siblings, so it was like there was too many things to keep up with. They didn't have the fucking time, right? And my older brothers were troublemakers. My older sister already had a kid at this point. She got pregnant at 17. So like, there were way bigger things to worry about than the kids in the woods a little past dark, right? So I knew I could fuck around for a while. So me and my buddy are like, well, maybe it's on the other side, right? And so it was it wasn't actually a highway, but it was a road with like 2 lanes going either way, right? So the tunnel was long, and it was long enough that when you got to the middle, it was all darkness. None of the light from either side of the tunnel was getting to you when you got to the middle of the tunnel. So there was a good like 20 feet in the middle where you're just like completely blinding, and there's gonna be a spider web for sure.
Yeah.
You're gonna step in something that's like wet and like
mushy.
Yeah, kind of squishy in a weird way. Like, we probably stepped on a body at some point, and you know what I'm saying, for sure. So, because after this was the first time we ever went through it, but after this we did it all the fucking time.
Right, yeah. No, you go ahead. Stupid.
So, it's dumb.
Fucking dumb.
So, I'm going to put this down because I am fucking...
I'm ripped, yeah. Go ahead and finish that story there, bud. The fucking sewers.
So, we get to the other side, and on the other side is where the creek pools. And the rest of the creek, there was no other spots like this. But in this spot, it pooled up, and it was probably like, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet deep. It was deep enough you could jump in and then swim around. And there were always, like, you know, snakes around like you would see them around the edge and shit. And we knew that there were, like, water moccasins and shit. So, like, you wouldn't, like, it wasn't really a creek that you would spend a lot of time in unless you were, like, getting crawfish and shit like that. But this motherfucker, my buddy, just dives straight in, just like head first dives into the fucking thing. And I was like, you're absolutely insane. Also, I was very poor, and the idea of like ruining clothes was not like, that was not an option. So jumping in muddy creek water,
fuck no,
in clothes, even that, like, if something gets torn on a rock or anything, I'm gonna get the shit kicked out of me and then have to wear shitty, muddy, torn clothes now. You know what I'm saying? There's no replacements coming. So he jumps in and starts swimming, and I'm like, you're fucking insane. I can't. Like, I can't get in there. And then he just keeps swimming until he disappears around the bend. I was like, fuck. Because now I'm like, I'm responsible for this. Because also, like, if he gets lost in the woods, I'm going to get my ass whooped for that, too, right?
And they're going to ask me a lot of questions.
So many fucking questions.
So many questions.
Like, what were you doing out there? And the answer to that is, we were doing a weird scavenger hunt for fucking George the pedo, who's going to get us illegal fireworks. Like, there's no good ending to any of these questions. Yeah.
It's a Chomo decathlon.
Yes, precisely. Yes. So, the Chomo Olympics. So
Chomo Olympics. It was right there.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was. I failed. So anyway, he gets around the bend, and I'm like, all right, I got to find another way. So I like edged around. I was edging. I edged around the like rocks beside the end opening of the tunnel and like got around to the woods. And then I tried following the creek as closely as I could, but it was like kind of a steep bank, so I had to walk a little bit in the woods. So by the time I get around the corner, he's fucking gone. And I'm in a part of the woods that I've never fucking been in. And he's obviously never been in any of the woods, right? So I spend the next probably an hour, like it gets fully dark while I'm out there.
Fuck.
To the point that I didn't even go back through the woods. Like, I went up and got on the main road and walked down to the crossroad and back to my street. And the whole way walking back, I'm like, what's the story? I'm gonna like, I've got to come up with a story, right? I can't tell my parents any of the shit that actually fucking happened. But also, I didn't find him. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like we're coming home super late and like I got to come up with an excuse. Like I got to come up with an excuse, and then like we got to all go find my friend in the woods somewhere, right? Like we're gonna have to call a fucking search party. You know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna be the absolute worst. And I'm dealing with all of this shit in my head. And at this point, all of the excitement of the fireworks is long gone.
Oh my God.
All of that is fucking ruined, right? And I come around the fucking corner, and this motherfucker is standing outside, and he smoked cigarettes. I smoked cigarettes at that point, like secretly, but he did it openly, and his parents didn't fucking care because he caused so many issues that they didn't have time to deal with cigarettes. Kids. Yeah. So he's just standing outside of my front yard smoking a fucking cigarette as I walk around the corner. I was like, what in the fuck? And he was like, oh, well, I got around the corner and then I couldn't find you, so I walked to the nearest house and called your parents, and they came and picked me up. This motherfucker had been at my house for like 2 hours while the search party was out looking for me, while I was looking for this asshole out in the fucking woods, and he's just like smoking fucking cigarettes, and he was like, do you want to hit? And I slapped the fucking cigarette. I was like, you know I can't fucking smoke in front of my house. Also, double fuck you, you son of a bitch. I was so fucking pissed off. And
damn, so you were searching for somebody while there was an active search party out for you.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
The reason why there was a search party out for you was because you were...
Was because the asshole I was out fucking looking for in the first place. Yes.
Trying to prevent a fucking...
Exactly, yes.
Paradox.
Yeah. While they're just driving back. And so when my parents fucking drove back, obviously I got lit the fuck up. And I was never able to explain... that, like, I was not in the wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to find my stupid lost friend. Like, I wasn't in the wrong. But I got in so much fucking trouble. I was grounded for months. I didn't get to do shit that entire school year. It fucking blew. And then, because of that, because I was grounded and didn't get to fucking go outside or do anything, guy comes back with the fireworks eventually, and, like, the buddy who bailed on us gets all of the fireworks and then just fucking shoots them off. Without us.
You know what would be funny to say to somebody?
That's awesome.
No, it's fucking terrible.
Fucking great.
It was absolutely awful.
Like, you look like you still get grounded. I don't remember getting grounded.
Yeah.
And that guy probably did. Because he lived with
I got grounded once for living in Okinawa. At like 1:30 in the morning, the Japanese taxi cab drivers would come onto base, and after they didn't...
You got grounded for living in Okinawa? Were you not supposed to be there?
No, I got grounded for doing this in Okinawa. We were throwing logs at Japanese taxi cab drivers on my 13th birthday at like 1:30 in the morning on the side of the highway. Just throwing logs at Japanese people driving.
Yeah, that's...
And running away.
When we were kids, we used to take...
That's good shit.
There was like woods next to my street between... my neighborhood and like the neighborhood next to mine, and we would stand and we would get in those woods and we would like throw snowballs at cars when they came by at nighttime. Or sometimes we would throw rocks, and other times we would throw like sticks in the woods, like logs like this big around. And there was a write-up in the local newspaper about be careful driving past Pella Lane on Smith Station Road.
Some hooligans.
Hooligans were fucking placing debris in the road and stuff like that at night.
That's so dangerous. We were doing that. We were just like impeding people from getting home safely.
Yeah, dude.
I easily killed somebody by accident.
Yeah,
I lived in a house one time that had a dirt road behind it. Or like not dirt, it was like gravel, but like that crush and run shit. And so we would go out there with shovels and dig a pit and a subsequent speed bump right beside it. But it's gravel, so nobody could see it. And it's a dirt road, so people would just haul ass down there. And every single time we did that shit, like 10 cars would almost fucking lose control off into the woods. just going like 40 miles an hour. And the dip and then the immediate speed bump was like, it was fucking amazing. And we would literally sit on the back porch and just fucking die laughing at that shit over and over and over. It was amazing. Yes.
People right
Absolutely. Doing serious damage.
Grabbing his hat in his driver's seat, like, God damn.
Yeah.
Somebody hits the fucking ceiling. Oh, yeah.
My karma for all of our karma for that now is we have to live in Austin and drive through these terrible fucking roads.
Yeah, the roads that are bad. Yes.
That's what we get.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a hooligan that gets you. It's your own fucking choices in life. You did it to yourself, bitch.
Homeless people throwing shit in the street while you're driving. Because I've had that happen.
Yeah, and homeless people walking in the fucking street while you're driving. Jesus Christ.
All the stuff
Slow walking.
I drove by someone, they were just stopping in the road, like the car, and I was honking, and then I saw that a homeless guy walked in front. I waved. I waved to the person who had stopped because I was like, I get it. Yeah. I know what you're going through.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've been there.
Fucking.
I almost got rear-ended because a homeless guy just walked in front of my car.
Fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Nick that almost rear-ended you?
Oh, God, I looked up and I was like, bro, because I had to stop abruptly because I had a car in front of me. It was at 7th and I-35.
Yeah, that makes
by the
sense.
bridge where all those
Yep.
And that's where they like to do it, too.
They do
Like
it
to
for
walk
me
out.
like 6 in Netchez or 6 in Red River.
Yep.
That's the spot.
Yep.
Or 6 in Sabine.
I like how the city of Austin just plays musical homeless people and just moves them from 6th Street to under the bridge to the woods to 6th Street to under the bridge. And it's just a fun little rotation that they've
Musical
got.
homeless people. And not the fun kind. Not like buskers.
No, not that.
No, they're not here for
that.
live music. That's
No
for
Johnnies.
fucking sure.
No Johnnies.
Not one Johnny. No Johnny. No Curtis Lowe. None of that shit. Solid Leonard Skinner reference.
Yeah, that was good. It's good.
Did I lie or tell the truth? Did he lie or tell the truth? Are
I
we
think
both
you
lying?
gave that away, but
Shut the fuck up.
Stop ruining everything.
Gabe lied. That story had way too many details.
Why are you looking at me?
Who lied? I think Gabe lied.
We could both be lying.
I don't know. It's like the twins paradox.
Or we both be
Like,
telling
one
the
of
truth.
us is telling the truth. One of us is lying, and the other one is lying.
oh yeah.
That's what you guys are doing.
That's what we should change the podcast into, is the twins paradox. We're one of them.
Paradox.
Yeah.
Wait.
there you go. One of us is lying, and one of us is telling the truth, but that one's lying to you. It's like, what? Yeah, it's always some shit like that.
Yeah, but the one who said it is the one who's lying, which means you can't trust it.
I can't answer. I don't know. Who's lying? You? Scott, did you say you were lying?
What?
Nick said you were lying.
No.
No. Who's
Dude,
lying?
the house is haunted.
I
I'm
don't
not
need
sure
this
what.
part of the game. Or
Yeah,
the
well,
podcast.
we gotta.
No, you're nailing this part of the
Yeah, you're
podcast.
good.
Yeah, you're
We're just creating
great,
suspense.
dude.
My story was actually true.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So is mine.
Damn.
Good times in the fucking woods. Dude, I do want to go camping now. Good camping
I
trip.
know, yes, that's the thing. I have so many good woods camping stories. I did, like, all of my young hijinks happened, like, probably up to 19 or 20 years old. Like, anytime and that's the thing, anytime we knew we wanted to fuck around, we would just go out, do an overnight camping trip, and get all of it out of our system.
Maybe some mushrooms, some weed edibles,
Yep.
some flour,
Yeah.
maybe a cartridge or some concentrate to go with that.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a little bit of booze, maybe one small bottle of whiskey or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Or some brewskis.
Something for toast.
Some
you
fucking
gotta have,
steaks.
Yeah, you gotta
and
have.
breakfast food, eggs and
Eggs.
eggs, steak and eggs.
Pancakes.
But also bacon. You weren't wrong with
You
that.
got the little griddle.
George
Your homie has the griddle.
Bacon
No,
wrap
fuck a
steak.
George Foreman. Everything on an open fire.
Oh yeah, come on.
Yeah, that's the only one.
I'm gonna bring a propane griddle. All right, I'm gonna be over here with my propane griddle making eggs and steak.
That's what I fucking need. That sounds.
Propane griddle would be fire, dude.
No, you gotta have that fucking. You gotta have that campfire flavor and everything. Makes it extra.
Don't look at the. Come on, be a professional. You know what I mean?
Come on. I know you've been here
professional.
before.
Be a professional.
All right, well,
Thanks,
camping
guys.
trip fucking planned.
Yeah, let's do it. I need it.
It needs to be cold though. 'Cause
I
I'm
thought
not-
that I
I'm
was
not
gonna
going
have-
camping with it. feeling like
No.
this.
I thought I was going on like the trip that I needed this weekend, but it ended up not being that. But
Yep.
that's what I need. That's
Yep.
what I need.
Yep, that's what we'll do.
the right camping with the right people. Maybe a full moon or close to a full moon, so it's kind of bright at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can fucking howl like a man.
Yeah.
While drinking Proper 12 whiskey, brought to you by Conor McGregor, unofficial sponsor of the Stoney Baloney podcast.
You threw the cup.
I didn't hurt anybody.
Hurt my feelings.
Do what thou will. Not harm others.
All right.
Well, it's been great having you.
Mike, plug your shit, Mike.
Oh, chinky sweat on everything. I'm very high, fellas. Thank
Yo,
you.
buy Mike's fucking t-shirts, you piece of... Buy Mike's t-shirts. We love you.
Yeah.
Dude, buy Mike's t-shirt.
MichaelRidley.bigcartel.com.
We'll have all of your links below, sir.
Yeah, cop a t-shirt. That would be awesome. I have 497 t-shirts in my one-bedroom apartment.
Let's make it 496, listener.
Yeah.
There's so many t-shirts. We've been making furniture out of the t-shirts. Like, you open my fridge, there's my merch in the fridge. My merch is in the pantries. There's literally merch everywhere. My wife is threatening a divorce. I need to sell these shirts. I need to sell these shirts.
His wife is also just a shirt. It's just a t-shirt. It's just a bunch of t-shirts he rolled up in the shape of a woman.
It's just like, this is my wife. I actually have her right here.
She's super upset about all the other t-shirts.
Yeah. She's my favorite shirt, so she knows it.
I know why you tell us now.
All right, sir. It was a blast having you. Thank you very much. Good story.
Bye.